Hey everyone, welcome back to the Daily Healing Journal. I'm Kristen, and today we are going to discuss how lies require your participation. The truth does not, right? So, for me, this is really important, and especially as I heal. And a lot of us can feel really vulnerable, and I'm feeling very vulnerable. I feel a little violated, humiliated. And sometimes when we feel feelings like, well, what if I'm pregnant? And then I found out that my partner was being intimate with someone else at the same time. Things like this can be very hard. And not only that, but especially when you thought you were going to marry this person, maybe, or maybe you went through something where somebody really broke your trust, no matter what it is, even if it's not something as extreme as your body being used or questioning if you might be pregnant with someone's child who has cheated on you. When you start to build your life around people who are really good at lying, it can become one of those things that it's like the frog in the boiling pot of water, right? And it slowly happens. So the frog starts in the cold water, and then suddenly it just eventually gets hotter. For me, there's nothing more sacred than life. And so I had to really take my temperature. I had to take my temperature and go, something doesn't feel right here. And why is this person telling everyone else other things, right? So in these situations, when these people who hurt us, or maybe this person could have, moved out of state to avoid you, or maybe this person just disappeared, or maybe, your whole life just became something that you felt the need to defend because their story and who they are, the moment they walk out of that door, is completely different. This has happened to me in my past. With one person, two people, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the list goes on and on, okay? And that's because I was making the same mistake over and over again of giving someone the benefit of the doubt and constantly defending my truth when I should have just walked away. And now I sit in a strange predicament. I am hopeful in the knowing. I'm not maybe gonna be okay because I'm hopeful. There is a knowing, in knowing that I'm going to be okay no matter what happens in my life moving forward. There have been moments where I have questioned wanting to share even with myself, right? When you get honest with yourself, because it means facing things that you don't want to admit are real. For me, I have always wanted to defend the truth. Honesty and the truth has always been something that's meant a lot to me. I am not a perfect person, but I've made a lot of mistakes just like everyone else, okay? However, lies require constant negative energy. So if this person that's causing these lies is one way through texting, one way through you, and they know nobody else can see them, but the moment that they go out the door and the moment they get on the phone with other people, and you don't even recognize these stories, or maybe they've taken a little pieces of truth, like that person made me move out of my own house, forgetting that, first of all, maybe that never happened, and forgetting that maybe this person became violent. Maybe this person was a cheater. Maybe this person was dangerous. Maybe this person started to spin out of control. Who knows? But lies need to be told and told to hold their fake value, okay? Especially when people are trying to fit a narrative for their benefit. And for somebody like me, is an honest person, but I never wanted to just launder my business everywhere. It makes it very hard to understand, especially if you're being gaslit. And I'm going to do an entire video on gaslighting because I have found myself in my past in a very, very bad situation of gaslighting coming from multiple angles. Because if you have somebody who is truly that good at manipulating and lying, especially to people that maybe love you, who knows? People who lie have to keep adjusting their story to fit their narrative. Truth, on the other hand, exists without your effort. And I could sit on my YouTube channel and I could tell all of my truth. But right now, what I'm comfortable doing, and right now what I think is right for me, is being truthful about how I have pulled myself out of this kind of situation. I thought I knew it all. And I've made the assumption in my past situations that maybe somebody was drinking too much or had a medical condition. What I didn't realize in those moments was there were so many other layers that had been built prior to me even noticing some of these lies, was what the foundation was. It was built on sand. Unfortunately, when I demanded proof, some people are so good at doctoring their lies and manipulating their people around them and building that army that it's really difficult to prove sometimes, especially if you have proof, right? And there you go, defending the truth. And then they try to spin it around on you and tell you that's illegal or you can't do that. If you are ever unsafe in your own home, you have every right to document it. Please don't forget that. Me too. I hope that helps you guys, okay? I hope that this helps you and reminds you that your truth will prevail. You do not have to tell every single detail. You also don't need to blame. I have to take responsibility and accountability for the fact that I have trusted people in my past that were blaming me, and I'm not about to blame them. Why? Because I know the truth. I realized that by trying to prove my truth, okay, I was giving more power to these lies. You do not need to defend yourself. You don't. There's ways to heal, and if you find yourself in a situation where you must prove yourself, just remember that the reason you're having to prove yourself is because, let's say you're in a court situation, or you're in a situation that's like, around the dinner table and your family is going back and forth. It may not even be as dark and harsh as some of the other contrasting situations that could potentially arise, like how my past has had. Don't be fooled. Don't let them fool you. Rise above. I worked with Winona Judd, and I remember she always said, Kristen, rise above. She said, being different can be lonely. Being honest can be even lonelier. And she said, normal is just a cycle on the washing machine. Thanks, Winona, by the way. I love that. And I have kept that dear to my heart my whole life since. The truth will always rise above, okay? And I'm not saying that sometimes the truth needs a little bit of a boost. But what I am saying is don't let those lies eat you alive. Be honest with yourself. Take accountability. I have to take accountability for the fact that I trusted someone, multiple people. I've trusted multiple people far too soon. I believed them when they told me things. I believed them when they told me that they were out of a relationship and they weren't. I believed them when they genuinely needed my help, financially maybe, right? And I stepped in and I helped and I gave everything I had just to turn around and find that I was being lied to and had been lied to. Don't ever let your body, your mind, your spirit, and your heart be eaten up by evil. Become brighter, stronger, and know your worth. You are worth it. You are not alone. I'm here with you too, okay? If somebody needs me to participate in their version of reality to maintain a lie, I'm just gonna let it collapse. That's the promise that I'm making to myself now. And now I have a brand new guidance system because I've become back in touch with my core values. I have set better boundaries. The truth does not beg for attention. It just is. It just is. So if you have been violated, humiliated, and hurt, me too.